everyone. Welcome to Morning Yoga. I'm Joan and I'm here with Jessica.
Hello.
We just want to welcome everybody and give you a moment to maybe grab a chair because the first 30 minutes we're going to do using a chair as a prop and the last 30 minutes will be down on our mats. So if you choose not to do floor work, you can at least do the first 30 minutes. And we just want to welcome everybody that's out there. I'm going to give a little shout out to my neighbor and friend Phyllis, who does chair yoga normally at Reardon.
Nice.
And some of the ladies there. And how about you?
I want to give a shout out to some family over in Australia, to Auntie Deanna, who just had a brain tumor removed a day and a half ago, and she is in recovery, and we're all so thankful. And I want to thank everybody at the Brisbane Hospital, because it's really tough because no one can see her right now because of COVID-19, but she's doing great, and sending my love over there.
So we'll focus on some positive energy today to not only her aunt, but anybody that you need to share some positive energy and prayers with today. So let's begin by arriving. And that just means that we're going to sit back and center ourselves. You can relax against the back of a chair, or you can be sitting up a little bit more, whatever's comfortable for you. Give yourself a moment to just relax and let go. Place your hands comfortably in your lap, however that is for you. Inhale through your nose, and as you inhale, let's bring your arms up. Let's bring your palms together and exhale and bring your hands down to your heart. Inhale up. Exhale through the mouth, bring your hands down. Inhale out. Turn your palms forward as you reach overhead. Inhaling. Exhale, hands to heart center. 2 more times. Inhale. Breathing in good, positive energy, good thoughts for the people that need it. Exhale out, stress. Inhale up. And let's hold it up here. And just gently take it to the side, to the right, and just feel that body starting to open on the left side. Exhale back to center. Inhale to the other side. And exhale back to center. And I'm going to walk my feet forward a little bit and come off the back of my chair. That's just what feels right for me. You do what feels right for you. Inhale to the side. Exhale to center. Inhale to the side. Exhale to the center. One more time, and this time we hold it on the right. Inhale, breathe it out. Breathe into it. Shoulders are stacked, heart is open. Inhale to center. One more time. Inhale. Take it over. And just breathe into it. Feel that stretch. And then big exhale through the mouth and let those arms float down. Let it go. Let's take some shoulder rolls. Inhale up, really over-exaggerate, especially as you bring your shoulders to your ears. Inhaling up, and then big exhale. Let those shoulders go back and down. Inhale up, exhale back. 2 more times. Inhale up, and exhale back. Last one. And then separate your feet just as wide as you comfortably can, and place your hands right in the front part of your chair, and then push your knees out to the side. And just do this a few times and you'll feel that start to open through the inner thigh and your hips. And we're just going to stay here for a minute, and we're going to press our chest forward, holding onto the chair for a little balance, and we're going to slowly move it forward, reaching the chest out forward. And if you want to and want to go farther down, you can walk your fingertips to the floor, but you don't need to. You can stay holding on to the chair. Jess will go a little deeper. And then inhale, restack the vertebrae and slowly come up. Let's do that again. Inhale forward. And you stop at the point that feels right for you. Maybe you stop midway. Maybe you want to place your hands on the inside of your lower thighs and press your knees back as you press your chest forward. Or Jess is showing you an alternative if she wants to get deeper, but she's still opening her thighs. She's pressing her knees out gently. And when you're ready, let's inhale, restack the vertebrae, and come back up. Nice. Bring your feet together. And again, rock yourself side to side so that you feel the sits bones right under you. And now sit up as tall as you can. Feel those shoulder blades roll back and down so your shoulder blades are pulling together, retracting, and you're sitting as tall as you can, and your chin is level with the horizon. Let's take the left ear to the left shoulder, and let's drop the chin to the chest, and let's roll it around. So these are half neck rolls. We're going to go halfway around and then back. And let's start to breathe in our yoga tradition, which is generally done in and out through the nose. But more importantly, it is that the breath stays moving throughout our practice today. One more time. Head comes to neutral. And then back to the center, and we check those shoulders. Very nice. Let's go ahead and open those legs wide again. And you're going to take one hand in the front, the other hand is going to wrap behind you, and you're just going to twist that spine a little bit. Breathe on the inhale, open on the inhale, exhale back to center. Let's do that again. Inhale, twist, and look over that shoulder. And back to center. And one more time. And this time we're going to hold it. And feel free to do whatever you want with your arms. Perhaps you want to take your arms on the opposite side of that knee. Get a little more length there. Just breathe into it. And exhale back to center. Reset yourself, and let's go the other way. So I'm going to inhale, I'm going to twist, look over the shoulder. Exhale, return. Inhale, twist. Exhale. Inhale, this time we're going to go a little longer. We're going to hold it. Look over that shoulder. Keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. Breathe into it. Very good. And back to center. Bring your feet forward again, and let's do some cat-cow. I'm actually going to wiggle myself towards the front edge of the chair. I'm probably in the front half at least, maybe the front third. My feet are flat on the ground right underneath my knees. And I'm going to grab onto the side of my chair just for a little support to start. And I'm going to lead with my chest, and I'm going to go forward. And there's a nice arch in my natural back. And this is your cow stretch. Now we're going to reverse it. We're going to place our hands on top of our knees and round into our cat stretch. We're going to pull our navel into our spine. And then we're going to go again, and we're going to lead with the chest. I can move my hands to the side of the chair, or I can leave them on the top of my legs. Really, whatever is comfortable for you. And round it. Now really over-exaggerate as you're rounding your back like a cat. Feel the manipulation in the spine. Inhale, float the chest forward. Leaning out over those legs. And then press up. Pull the navel up and in towards the heart center, dropping the head slightly. And let's do that twice more. Forward. If you want to hold your position longer than I do, feel free. Exhale, come up. And one more time, here's a challenge if you want. Take your arms out to the side, stretch your palms to the ceiling. Lean forward. Exhale, round, let your arms dangle beside you. Pull the navel into the spine. Round those shoulders back, sitting up tall. Very nice. And place your hands behind your ears lightly, and let's again open the chest by pulling the elbows back. Breathe into this, hold it. Breathe. beside you. We'll do a little leg work, balance work, seated, and then we're going to transition to standing for a couple of things. But first, just extend your leg out in front of you. You're going to lift your foot up, and it's not important how high you lift, but your leg's off the ground. You're pressing the sole of your foot forward against an imaginary wall, and you're just holding that leg, and then lower it down and lift it up. Keep that leg engaged. Inhale and exhale as you move through it. Inhale and exhale. We're just going to lift about 5 times on one side. The whole time I'm keeping my leg engaged, strong, and contracted. And relax. Let's go to the other side. So extend that leg. I press that foot into that imaginary wall, up and down. Inhale and exhale as I go. You can do this at your own speed. Bless you. And sit down. Now take the insides of your feet together and let your knees fall open. And you're going to, again, let those knees fall out to the side. This time we're going to add definite pressure on the legs. You're going to just open those legs up. I want you to feel some stretching here in the adductors, but depending on where you're tight, you might feel it elsewhere too. And I'm just going to gently press my chest forward again. Shoulders are back. And I'm going to breathe into this. Now for the next one, Jess is going to stand up. If you want a deeper stretch, you'll do what Jess is going to show. If you just want to try it with me, this is fine. We're just going to cross one leg over the other knee. And she's just doing it, using the chair to help her balance. She's going to actually sit back towards her hips, and all I'm doing is letting that hip open by crossing my knee. And if I want to make it a little bit more intense, if you're in the chair, you're going to lean forward. If you're on the floor, she's actually sitting back towards the back heel. So the heel that's on the ground, her weight is distributed back. Breathe into it. And relax. So she'll uncross her leg and just stand and shake out those legs a little bit. And let's go to the other side. So to cross it over. I have one hip that's tighter on this side. My knee comes down a little lower than on the other side. That's okay. That's pretty normal. Sometimes we have a tighter side than the other. So again, Jess is going to sit back, and I'm going to slightly lean into it, and I'm going to breathe and just let the breath allow those muscles to start to relax and stretch. This is seated pigeon, if you will. Or standing pigeon. Stretches the same muscle groups, the glute medius, the piriformis. And I'm going to uncross and shake those legs. Probably been doing our share of sitting during this time, so it's good to keep those hips loose and whatnot. All right, so Jess is going to stay standing for the next exercise as well. Why don't you go to the other side of your chair, and you might want to scoot your chair in so that you're in the camera. So we're going to lift the leg, and we're going to start with the right leg. We're going to lift the leg, comes forward, it sweeps out, it comes back, it goes down, barely touching. Out, center, and down. Up, out, center, and down. Up, out, center, and down. One more time. Believe it or not, you're activating your core, whether you're in the chair or standing, to help you balance. Let's go to the other side. Inhale, exhale. 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 Last one. Very nice. I'm going to stand up, so if you don't have a chair, if you've been doing that on the floor, I didn't even talk about that, which would be fine, grab a chair because you might want it just to hold on for balance at this point. And again, it can be a kitchen chair, it can be any kind of chair that you just feel like won't wobble on you, okay?
Sometimes just knowing a chair is there.
Yes, absolutely, right. So Jessica, for some of these, may choose not to use the chair, but just having it, if she needs to put her hand down, that's great. All right, let's stand like mountain, and we're just going to place our feet right under our hips, And just to talk about good alignment in the standing position, quickly, we think about it from the head to toe. So the head is over the shoulders, shoulders over the hips, hips over knees, knees over ankles. And we relax and we breathe. And we're going to turn our palms forward, which naturally pulls our shoulders down. And again, give yourself a moment to arrive. We're going to start with tree pose, hands to heart center. I've got the chair to my left, so this is my little helper if I need it. I'm going to start by taking my right leg and I'm going to turn the knee out. And this is one option where my foot is just sort of tucked to my ankle. I could go a little higher on my calf, I could go up to my knee, or I could even go to my thigh. But the most important thing is that the rotation is from the hip, the knee is turned out. So find your place where you think you want to balance. You can hold on to the chair if you want. And we're going to breathe, inhale. And let's bring our arms up. And exhale and hold the space. Relax your shoulders. Try and breathe into it for 3 cycles. Anytime you need to use the chair, just lower the hand. Anytime you need to come out of the pose, you can do that. And the longer you stay, you may feel a little bit more activation in those muscles as they start to fatigue. A little more opening. Let's everyone exhale and come on out of it. And shake that leg loose. Now, the simple way to do is to move the other side of your chair, but if you don't need your chair, you can leave it where it is. So I'm just going to walk over to the other side. I'm going to try the same thing on the other side. And so I'm going to turn that hip out, leading with the knee. Am I in view, Chris? And you're just going to find that place where you want to try this next one on this side. You're grounded into the right leg, hands to heart center. You have a challenge this time if you want to keep your arms moving. You're going to try that. If not, do what we did last time where we just held the space. Here we go. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale up. Exhale, hands down. Remember all those people we're sending positive thoughts and energy to today? I've got some slippery tights on. My foot is sliding down my leg, but I'm just going to try and hold it. And if I don't, it's okay. That's why we call it yoga practice, not yoga expertise, right? Shake it out. Shake it out. That was good. I felt that one. All right. So I'm going to move back around. We're going to be back to the right side, and we're going to do Warrior Series. Most people don't need the chair, but it's nice if you want to just turn it sideways so you have it in case you need it. So Warrior Series, right foot forward, left foot turns out, and let's square up the chest and our hips forward. Inhale. And then as we exhale, we're going to bend that knee, and we're going to reach forward, and we're going to still keep our hips forward. So it looks like Warrior 2, but we haven't rotated yet, right? So inhale up. This time let's lean back a little bit on Warrior 1, and exhale, one arm forward, one arm back. Again, the difference between Warrior 1 and 2 is how our hips and shoulders are aligned. I still want you having your shoulders forward. Inhale up, straighten the front leg, arch back just slightly. Nice. And exhale forward. Inhale up, arch back. Exhale, look out. One more time, inhale. Let's hold that arch back. Doesn't have to be extreme, just a little bit. And then exhale, step forward, back to a squared up position. Stand like mountain again, give yourself a moment. And let's go to the other side. Left foot is forward, right foot is turned out. We'll do the arms slightly different on this one. So again, first thing we're going to do is make sure our shoulders and our hips are squared forward. We're going to inhale up, relax the shoulders, and then press your arms out to the side as you bend that front knee and sink down. It's an up-down movement. Inhale up. Exhale, sink down. Inhale up. Exhale, sink down. On the next one, we're going to add a little arch back, Jess. Inhale up and arch back. And exhale, sink down. And inhale up and arch back. And exhale, sink down. And step forward, relax your arms. Good. So shake those legs out a little bit, and we're going to do Warrior Two. On the right foot forward, left foot turns out. This time we turn our hips and shoulders in the side position, okay? Bring your arms out to the side, slightly bend that front knee, and find the stance that works best for you. Think about pushing the front leg to your outer heel. So you don't want your knee to roll in, you want to push out to the outer edge of your heel, the outer edge of your foot. I'm going to look out through that front finger, and I'm actually going to hold this for 3 breaths. So if you want to go a little deeper, you can. Breathe into it and hold. If I need to, I've got my chair right handy. Relax those arms, step back to front. Okay, feel that? Feel that in the leg a little bit? Little work there. Shake it out. Let's go to the left side. Left foot is forward. That right foot is out roughly 45 degrees or so. Again, this time I'm lined, my hips, my shoulders are in a long position. I'm going to bring that front hand forward. I'm looking out towards my front middle finger. I'm going to bend that front knee and I'm going to sink into it. And I'm going to breathe. Reaching my fingertips in opposite direction, making my arms as long as I can. Breathe and hold. Feeling some heat here. Inhale. Exhale, float the arms down and step forward. Nice. Relax those legs. Now give yourself a moment in mountain pose, turning your palms forward, and just balance. Just realign the spine. Feel those little nuances in the body, the slight shifts as your muscles continue to fire after you come out of an actual pose. And start to notice if you have symmetry in your body or if there's some area of the body that needs a little bit more attention. Just try to tune in without judgment. Bring the right foot forward one more time. And we'll go back into Warrior One position to start. Okay, so again, our hips and our shoulders are squared up to you, and you would be squared up to us as well. This time, let's bring your arms up. Let's bring your palms together, bend the front knee, and just think about reaching that back leg down behind you, pressing the heel into the earth. Now we're going to hinge from our hips. I've got the chair handy, so if I don't feel comfortable, I might put one hand down. Jessica's going to keep both of her hands together, and we're going to hinge forward from the hips, and we're going to lean out over that front leg. Very nice. So I could reach for the chair if I need to, or I could just have my hands forward. Now I've got to engage my core, so pull your stomach muscles in, and feel the weight over that front leg primarily. Now let those arms float down, and place your hands on that knee. And go a little farther forward out over that leg. And now you may feel stretch in your back as well. But what else are we doing here? We're strengthening that front leg. We're bearing weight on that front leg. We're getting a nice spinal stretch. Now on this one, I would encourage you to hold the chair for just a moment, and you're going to step onto that leg and balance. And if you want, you could bring the other leg out. Our whole front of our body is oriented towards the floor. And this is a modified Warrior 3. You don't need the chair? Good on you, as they say in Australia. And let's slowly bring your chest up. Woo, baby, you feel that working that leg?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really good strengthener, but you're also lengthening the spine. Gravity is working with you, and that's why it's somewhat of a challenge. I'm going to move my chair around because I think I like knowing it's there. And we're going to do the other side. Okay? So this time we're going to bring the left foot forward. We take that right foot out to the side, and we're going to start by just standing tall and bending that front knee. Again, shoulders and hips are squared up forward. We're going to bend that front knee. We're just going to hold here for a moment. And then thinking about the hips, not the waist, the hips, we're going to start to hinge forward. With or without both arms forward, you're hinging forward. You're reaching out into space. For me, in this position, I get a nice stretch at the back of my hamstrings as well as my spine. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to lift that back leg up, and we're going to try and balance just holding forward. And if I want to, I can bring that one arm back and counterbalance. Some people like to have their arms forward. If I want to play around with it, I could try and take my hand off the chair, knowing that it's right there if I need to come back to it. Chest is orientated towards the floor. And I'm breathing, and I'm holding, and I'm working. Whenever I'm ready, I'm going to lower that leg, lead with the chest, and come back up and shake it out. Warrior 3, nice work, everyone. I love that one. It's not easy, but it's very useful and very helpful. Stand like mountain again. Okay? And we're going to do just a couple more things, and then I'm going to be transitioning to the mat. I hope many of you will stay with. But if you choose not to, maybe you can watch and see if there's anything you want to learn, or otherwise we hope to see you soon. Next Thursday we're going to do a yoga class. We're going to do a children's yoga and some adult yoga mixed in, so it'll be good for everyone. All right, so you want your chair in front of you on this last one. Actually, just you stay sideways so they can see you. Yeah. So you're going to have the chair, I'd say a couple feet in front of you so that you can hold on to the back of it. All right? And so you're going to face your chair, Jess. And and we're just going to step back. And this is kind of like down dog standing. So we're going to step back, and we're going to flatten our back, and we're just going to put our body in an L position, sort of a sideways L position. And we're going to inhale, and we're going to bring our head and chest forward, like cow, out over the chair. And then we're going to exhale, and we're going to go back to that modified down dog. Jess is thinking about pushing her hips back and up to where the ceiling is, but she's lengthening all the way down to her cervical vertebrae. And then she's going to sweep her head and chest forward out, and she's going to do a nice cow stretch again. Inhale, she's going to lengthen back. She's thinking about, again, pushing her hips back, letting her spine flatten. She's looking towards the earth. And one more time, forward. And then this time with a flat back, she's going to add a little extension. She's going to lift her left leg, so she's going to stay in the flat back and lift her leg straight back. So those of you might know this as down dog, split leg. This is just modified on the chair. Beautiful. Sweep it down. Stand up just a little bit, and then press back, flatten that back, and lift the other leg. This is really good to open the hips and the hamstrings. Let's go again on the left, reach back. Exhale, float it down, come up slightly. Opposite side, inhale, we've got one more set each side. Again. Sometimes the chair is not really and assist. It allows you to get deeper. You know, on the floor, I might not be able to reach back as far, but I've got this little bit of a prop, if you will, that allows me to go deeper. Those of you that are going to skip the floor work, we thank you for being here. I hope 30 minutes was better than no minutes of yoga. And if you want to stay, we're going to transition to the mat. We're going to go onto our knees just to all fours. Hands right under your shoulders. Knees right under your hips. Tops of your feet flat on the mat. And from here, we're going to tuck our toes and go right into the full down dog. Press back. Now give yourself a moment. You're pressing your chest towards your thighs. Your ears are aligned between your shoulders. Your tailbone is oriented up to where the wall and the ceiling would meet. Your legs are long, but you can bend your knees. Your armpits are wrapped under and towards the midline of your body. From here, move it forward to a plank where your shoulders are right over your wrists. And take it back to down dog. Pull your navel up and in and press back. And forward to plank and breathe for 3 breath cycles. On the last exhale, back to down dog. Press your chest towards your thighs. If it's easier, bend your knees to get your heels closer to the earth. And one more time to the plank. Inhale and breathe. Engage your core. And slowly bring your knees down and back to child's pose. And I talked about this a couple weeks ago when I taught. If you want an alternative, you can take your knees a little wider out to the edges of your mat and go into child's pose this way. It's just an alternative. When you're ready, come back to all fours. Hands right under your shoulders again. Let's move your left hand to the center of your mat. Your right hand is going to come out to the side, and you're going to lace it through and lay that shoulder down. And if you want to, you can sit back a little bit. Once you feel comfortable here, let's lift that top arm and open up. Think about opening the shoulders, reaching up. Breathe into it. And then bring your hand forward and slide that arm out. Unthread the needle, so to speak. Back to all fours. Take the other arm out and then lace it under the arm. Lay it down. Feel this position for a moment. Some people like to stay here. You want to add the twist to bring the top arm up. Top arm floats down. Unthread the needle. Back to all fours. And back again to child's pose, stretching out those shoulders, reaching those hands forward. And child's pose is a restorative pose, but it's an active stretch. You're lengthening the spine. That's the real goal of this restorative pose.
You're certainly stretching your shoulders, more so if your arms are reaching out forward. From here, let's slide our hands alongside of our feet and feel a little difference in this child's pose. So now I'm taking a little pressure off of my shoulders, and I'm going to lace my fingertips together. I'm going to grab one wrist, and now with my forehead down on the mat, I'm going to lift my arms up. And I don't have to lift real high. I'm going to just listen to my body and do what works for me. Float those arms down. Move your hands right in front of your knees and press yourself up. Very nice. We're going to come back to all fours and we're going to bring the right foot forward through our hands. So we're in a kneeling position. We've got the back knee down. Great, Jessica. You may be able to see Jessica a little bit better than me because of the angle we're at. So watch her. She's going to tuck her back toe under and she's going to press her back leg long. She's thinking about reaching her heel out behind her, and her front knee is not going to come past her ankle. But she's feeling a great stretch here, feeling the activation, and breathing into it. And then she's going to bring her hand on the inside of the foot. So both hands are on the inside of the foot, and we're going to lengthen this a little bit more. We're going to press that front knee forward, not past the ankle. We're going to press the back heel down, and we're just going to feel this work. Now, if you're feeling like you want a challenge this morning, you could come down to your forearms. I'm not sure if I can get there this morning. I might have to walk my foot out a little bit, or you can stay just where we were. This is certainly more intense, so work in your own level. And then we're going to drop that back knee down, and this is a little different. We're going to sit back now to the back leg and let that front toe come up. Okay, so breathe here. Chest is open, just breathing. Where do you feel that, Joyce?
I'm feeling my calf and, I'm feeling it in my ankle.
In a good way?
Yeah.
Okay. So I feel it in my calf as well, because it is a calf stretch, and I'm feeling a little bit in my hamstring, which is good for me. That's what I need. All right, so how do we get out of this? We're going to walk our hands forward towards our front foot. We're going to place that foot down. We're going to kneel with the back leg. We're going to bring the hands on either side of the foot again. I'm going to tuck that back toe, and I'm back to my lunge position. Breathe here. Then step the right foot back, and we're going to be right back to plank. Now, if this is a little bit much, you can drop down to your knees to a modified plank, okay? So, full plank, there's a full plank, and then just drop to your knees for a minute. So notice that she's in a nice diagonal from her knees to her shoulders. Let's go back to child's pose. Everybody, one more time. Back to all fours. Knees are hip width apart, hands right under our shoulders, and this time we bring the left foot forward through our hands. We're going to give ourselves a little chance to kind of get comfortable on this side. Then we're going to take that back foot, tuck the toes under, and lift that leg. And now we're in a low lunge, breathing, stretching. Front knee does not come beyond the ankle. Back heel is pressing back, lengthening, feeling the work. In the back leg that is straight, you're getting a nice stretch in the hip flexors. This front leg is bearing weight, so you're strengthening. Let's move both hands on the inside of that foot. And I'm able to stretch a little bit further. Front knee reaching in the opposition to the back heel. Again, if you want to try a little bit of a challenge, you want to come down to your forearms, you can do that. Breathe into it.
knee comes down, back knee comes down. I'm gonna lay the top of the foot down on the mat, and I'm gonna shift my weight back as the front leg straightens. And I breathe. And then we're going to walk our hands forward. We're going to place that front foot down again. The back foot, the toe tucks under. You're going to go again and lift that leg up. You're in low lunge one more time. Give yourself another opportunity to hold this. Breathe. You're going to draw that left leg back, and we're going to go back to plank, and we're going to breathe for 3 breath cycles, either modified plank or full plank. Modified on your knees, full plank as we are. Pull your navel up and in, engage the core. Wrap your shoulders underneath. Bend your knees, come down to all fours, and again, sink back into child's pose. Let's give our shoulders a bit of a break by bringing our hands next to our feet, palms up, and breathe. Your forehead is resting on the mat, or you can turn your head to the side, whatever is comfortable. Inhale, bring your hands close to your knees, or chest, I should say. Bring it on up. I could stay there for a long time. That felt pretty darn good. Well, I'm going to turn my mat this way so you can see better. Jess is going to stay that way. We're going to do some side planks. And so, I'm going to turn my mat this way for a moment. Cameraman Chris is out there thinking, what? She didn't tell me that. What is she doing? All right, so Jess is going to show a modified side plank. So a modified side plank, real quick as a review, is an excellent way to feel what we're trying to feel, which is several things. Opening the heart center, activating the obliques, the side of our body, working on balance. So a modified plank, she's going to extend one leg out, her toes are forward, her knee is right under her hip. She's going to take her other hand out to the side, and she's going to stack her shoulders and lift the one arm up, okay? And this is side plank, and I'm feeling a great stretch and activation along the side of my body. I'm lifting that outside hip. I'm balancing. It takes balance to stay here. I'm not rotated forward, I'm opened up, one shoulder's over the other. Now if you want a full plank, I like to crisscross my legs. Some people like to stack their feet, but I have this right foot is my base foot. I'm gonna bring my left foot behind, and this is full plank, full side plank. Breathing and holding. You can come out of it at any time by putting the lower knee down. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put my inside knee down, and I'm actually going to rotate towards my mat. And now I'm in all fours. Okay? So real quick, I'm going to do a cat-cow. I'm going to do one forward inhale cat, inhale cow, and one exhale on my cat, pulling my navel up and in. And to flat back. And I'm going to orientate my left hand to the center of the mat, turn my legs to the side, and I'm going to either go back to my modified side plank, or I could try full plank, 3 breath cycles when you're ready. towards the mat, and this time into down dog. Press back. Feel the stretch through the shoulders, through the legs. I can bend my knees if I want. And we're setting ourselves to go to the other side. So now I'm going to bring the right knee down. I'm going to bring my right hand to the center of the mat. My left leg is extended. I'm going to bring my arm up. And here's modification or half side plank. Oh, I feel a nice hip opener there. A little bit of oblique work. If you want to try the full, you can crisscross your leg or you can stack. Breathe. If it's too much to look up towards your hand, you can rotate your head down a little bit. Bring that inside knee down, rotate to all fours. And sit back to child's pose. Back to all fours. Right hand in the center of the mat. Bend that knee. Extend the top leg. Lift that arm. And then we go into the second round. Breathe. And drop that knee down. And turn towards your mat. And go right into down dog again. Press your chest towards your thighs. Ears line up between your shoulders. Breathe into it. Rise up onto your toes. Heels come off the mat. Rise up. Exhale. Press those heels as close to the mat as you can get it. Inhale. Rise up. Exhale. Press down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, press those heels now. Best down dog. We're going to hold it. Breathe. Hold the position, not the breath. You want to bend your knees a little bit. Think about wrapping your shoulders around under your armpits, towards the midline of the body. Head is in line with the shoulders. And when you're ready, on the final exhale, drop down to all fours. Very nice. We're going to switch onto our backside. You go that way, I'll go this way. No, you stay. Stay this way? No. Face me. Yeah, face you? Yeah, but this will be a long way. Okay. We got it. We got it. We knew what we meant. Okay. So we're going to do a reverse plank. So you're going to have your hands, your fingertips close to your hips, and your fingers facing the same direction as your toes. You're going to bring it up, and you're going to lift your hips towards the ceiling. You're going to lay your head back in line with your neck, and you're just going to breathe and hold. Now, if you want to challenge, you can do this with your legs long in more of a diagonal position. Breathe into it. Push your hips up a little bit more, Jess. There you go. Lay your head back. And whenever you're ready, slowly sink down. And let's counter pose by reaching for the toes. Jessica's been doing a lot of lifting and strength training, so she was mentioning that she needed some yoga stretch. But she's also been doing a lot of triceps, and I just worked the heck out of those triceps in that bridge. So do what you need to do. Come in and out of the pose as you need to. So we're going to do that again. I'm going to stay long as I can. And Jessica's going to show it bent knee, which is just slightly a different modification. So lift up, lay your head back. Your head should be in line with your neck, your spine. Breathe into it. Hips up, Jess, you got it. There you go. Slowly sink your hips down. And again, we're going to counterbalance this time. We're going to over-exaggerate. We're going to bring our arms up, bend over, and inhale, out, and reach for those toes if you can. If you want to, you can place your hands on your shins or your knees. Look forward, out over your toes. And try not to judge how badly you need a pedicure. Or, oh, maybe that's just me. Never mind. That's just me. Reach forward. And sit back tall. Very nice. Tuck the left foot in towards the right thigh. Sit nice and tall. And we're going to go again, forward, out. Walking our fingertips forward. And just go as far as you comfortably can, looking out past those toes. You don't have to flex the foot hard nor point it hard. It's just relaxed. Walk your hands back up. Let's take it over to the bent knee and beyond. And let's twist again. Just a little different twist than when we did it seated at the beginning of the hour. Exhale back to center. Switch sides. Straight leg and a bent leg. I'll turn sideways so you get this. I'm going to relax that foot and I'm going to walk forward. Did a lot of hip work today, a lot of shoulder work, balance, lots of grounding. We are going to transition shortly into our relaxation portion of the class. Walk it back up and then twist, take it past that bent side. Keep your rib cage tall. Look past that shoulder as far as you can. And exhale back to center. And bring both legs out and shake them out. And remember, that's real easy to skip the stretching or skip the cool down or skip the relaxation. Oh, I've got too many things to go. I got a good workout in. But think about it this way. This might be the most important part of the last hour. So if you can afford us 5 to 6 minutes, we'd love to have you join us for relaxation. And so whether you want to sit in a chair or lay down, let's transition there. Jess and I are going to do Shavasana pose. Jess is going to have her knees bent with her feet on the floor. This is just an alternative to traditional Shavasana. For some people, it takes a little of the pressure off the lower back. So that's with the knees up. Otherwise, I'm showing traditional Shavasana. I've got my feet to the far edges of my mat, a couple of feet apart. I'm letting my toes rotate out to the side. Both of us are going to take our arms out about 45 degrees away from our body, and our palms are up. Begin by closing your eyes. Take some deep breaths in, not unlike what we did at the beginning of class. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Inhale slow and deep. Exhale slower and deeper. Perhaps breathe it in to a count of 3, 2, 1, and exhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe it in, 2, 3. Breathe it out, 2, 3, 4. In, out. eyes closed. And in your mind's eye, picture a big balloon, a hot air balloon, maybe over the skies of Albuquerque, where they hold a regular hot air balloon festival every year. Picture your balloon floating above you on the beautiful colors that balloon has. Hear in the distance the puffs of air as it inflates and rises higher, rising above the air, above the ground, above yourself. Watch it float above. Feel the lightness in your body, the floating of your body as you begin to relax and let go. Everything is light and relaxed. Just as that hot air balloon, that helium balloon floats above, you are floating. Observe that balloon in your mind's eyes. Visualize the colors. Colors of joy and happiness. That floating balloon above you. Connect to that freeness in your own body, in your own mind. Breathe and watch. While that balloon was almost out of your eyesight, you begin to observe that it slowly appears larger as it's getting closer to you, closer to the earth. And you can even hear the puffs of air. You might even hear some voices inside that balloon as that balloon lowers closer to the earth. The colors are more vibrant as that balloon is closer to you and begins to lower down, to set down on the earth, to tie off and reground itself. As you have taken this time to let go and float, now it's your time to return and ground. Start to wiggle your fingers, your toes, maybe move your head side to side and begin to return. When you hear the sound of the chime, open your eyes and reorientate yourself back to this moment, to this place. Take your time as you come back up, maybe rolling to one side first. Find yourself in a comfortable seated position so we can close out our practice. And again, with hands
Bethesda Heart Center. We appreciate all of you. We're sending our love and positive energy and prayers to Australia,
Yes, thank you guys.
and to all of you. We hope to see you soon, whether it be through live streaming or in person. Namaste.